Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm talking about this question that was asked here. If you work at a department that has 2 years probation, you move to one that has 1 year probation, will your probation be over 1 year from your original government hire date? So one thing here is that when you have these government hires, it really depends. So it could actually be over, or it could actually be starting all over again. Well, technically, in this person's case, it may actually just be continuing. Depends on how you look at it. So, one thing is that if you do a job, so like let's say you completed your probation 2 years or whatever your probation is, and you transfer, and if it's internally, sometimes meaning like if you were with USDA and you went to USDA from a different department, whatever, maybe like you have a HR position, and then you went to maybe like an HR specialist position, which is technically kind of the same job or different class or whatever it may be. There are some cases whereby you will actually not serve a new probation. But if, let's say, you upgrade, like from, I don't know, some technician to a supervisor, then there are some cases whereby you will be going in for a new probation, which may be 1 year or another 2 years. So if you are going to a different department, more than likely they will serve you a new year of probation. So you have to be pretty kind of careful about that. Don't just assume that when you go in there, you're going to be so-called, like a permanent staff just because you worked at another location for a year or whatever. So your SF50 though may show as though you are a permanent employee, but technically you are still serving a probation because you are following the new rules that you jump into. So don't get that confused. I think that some people do get that confused when they see the SF50. They will say, "Oh, I'm permanent," but technically it's not really true. It all depends on when you switched and where you switched to, and where whatever they're subjecting you to do. Hopefully, being on probation is not something that should scare you from being on the job, because unless you're a really bad worker, but most times, even if you're on probation, you probably won't be fired unless you are doing something really wrong. I heard of places, even my particular place that I work for, they were firing people on probation for a very long time. And anybody who came in, they try to find a reason to get them out of the company. And what resulted from that was that there was a firing freeze rather than a hiring freeze. It was a firing freeze because they kept asking for employees, but you kept firing them. Then that starts to look bad on the management side of things. So just be aware of that. Don't I? Hopefully, nobody's really afraid of being fired from a job. Although I'm in a situation too that I don't really like my job, but you know, uh, I'm not really that afraid. So hopefully that answers your question. If you guys have any questions, you can always leave a comment down below. I can do my best to answer them, and hopefully it'll help you in your job search or in your job situation. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.